Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is a nice, warm September afternoon, and we are crowding the winner's circle today for the opening of Oliver Lewis Way from Versailles Road to South Broadway. I want to recognize our council members are here today. Peggy Henson, Joe Smith, James Brown, Jake Gibbs, Kathy Ploman, and Richard Maloney. In fact, I was talking to Richard earlier, and he said that he was on the council when this project was first imagined 53 years ago. No, maybe it was 33, right, Richard? Just 33. And I also want to acknowledge State Senator Reggie Thomas, who's here with us today, and Representative George Brown. The local, state, and federal government have all played a role in Oliver Lewis. So thanks to Kelly Baker, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Chief District 7 Engineer Thomas Nelson with the Federal Highway Administration, and Andrew Grunwald, one of our city engineers. Also welcome to Tom Harris, Vice President for University Relations with the University of Kentucky, and Barbara Navin with the Community Land Trust. They will be offering some remarks in just a minute. We are hoping this new road will ease traffic downtown and provide better access to the University of Kentucky and South Lexington. And that is a very big deal. I want to also recognize our Corridors Commission for its leadership in its plantings and grass along the medians. That's led today by Councilmember Bill Farmer. Traffic improvements, neighborhood support, and affordable housing all work together to make Oliver Lewis a model project for other cities. Yes, it has been challenging, but we've done it right. We built a road, yes, while supporting and encouraging redevelopment of the neighborhood that surrounds it. And residents have renamed this neighborhood Davis Park. This is a great example of how important infrastructure investment, how important it is for Lexington. It's good for job growth, and it's good for moving our folks around the city more directly and efficiently. So let's start today with the project director for this road, Kelly Baker, Chief Engineer for District 7. Kelly? Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's good to see you all here today. As the mayor said, my name is Kelly Baker. I'm the district engineer with the Department of Highways here in Lexington. It's certainly an exciting time to be able to come out and open a new section of roadway. We don't get to do that often enough, but it's exciting, and I'm sure each of you feel that way as well. This project is a testament to the hard work of so many who are interested in not only satisfying the needs of the traveling public, but also satisfying the needs for affordable housing for the Davis Park neighborhood and other residents who may want to have interest in living in this community in the future. This roadway will open the door for many opportunities for our community. It provides better connection within the city by extending Oliver Lewis Way over to Broadway. It's going to provide better access to our university and also to our hospitals. It's going to aid our emergency services, and it's also going to help with economic growth and development. And those are all areas that we seek to improve when given the opportunity to do so. As I reflect on this project, it's more than just a typical roadway as I think about it. We can look out and see the roadway features just like any other project, but it's not very often that you can look out and see homes that are constructed as part of a project. And that's something that we should all be proud of. In fact, this is the first time in Kentucky where the cabinet has worked with a community land trust to establish housing within a project. This project demonstrates the great partnerships that we have with the City of Lexington, the Federal Highway Administration, with the University of Kentucky, our prime contractor, ATS Construction, and their subcontractors, also our prime consultant, Stantec Consulting Services, and their subs. There are too many folks here today for me to thank individually, but I do want to recognize some, as the mayor did. I want to thank our legislators, Senator Thomas and Representative Brown, and this is their district, and they're here today with us. I want to thank our council members. I want to thank Mayor Gray and his staff. They are outstanding to work with. I want to thank our staff members with the cabinet. Many current employees who worked on this project, many retired employees with the cabinet who've since left us, and I want to recognize them as well. But thanks again for all that everyone has done on this project, and I look forward to working together with everyone on future project needs such as this in the future. Thank you.
Kelly, thanks so much. Next, our partner at the federal level is Thomas Nelson with the Federal Highway Administration. Thomas, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all, and it's good to be here this afternoon at this ribbon cutting for this new section of Oliver Lewis Way. And thank you, Mayor Gray, for your leadership, the council members, also members of the community, because without members of the community really stepping up and being actively involved in this project would not have moved forward. And I also like to thank the University of Kentucky, and then finally the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, specifically Secretary Thomas. But as Kelly mentioned, really all the secretaries that came in before to really help to move this project forward. So I thank the Cabinet for its partnership and really looking beyond just the concrete and the asphalt to really get this project to really sit in with the community. As most of you may know, Oliver Lewis was the first African-American jockey to win the Kentucky Derby, really the first jockey to win the Kentucky Derby. And this project, and it's actually fitting that it's named after him because this project had a lot of firsts as far as overall project development. As Kelly and the mayor mentioned, this project was the first to really implement in Kentucky, but really was the model nationally from the Community Land Trust standpoint. Also, this was one of the first projects in the nation that we really established guiding principles to move the project forward. And what I mean by that is really to have the overall project objectives laid out from the beginning to develop the project with our partners. So, and those partners included obviously Federal Highway, University of Kentucky, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, the Lexington Fayette Council of Governments, really in the neighborhoods, everybody really standing together with a common goal. So no matter how many years this project took to develop, we always could go back to those guiding principles and understand where this project was going. So with that, on behalf of Secretary Child from U.S. Department of Transportation, I thank you all. This is a great day, and it's good to see that this project's moving forward. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And next, two of our supporters from the legislature don't really require introductions, but that is first State Senator Reggie Thomas. We'll ask him to speak first, and then State Representative George Brown. Reggie, thank you, sir.
Mayor Gray, thank you, and Kelly, thank you. Ms. Nelson, thank you as well. This project is an example of what infrastructure does for our community. As you look along Oliver Lewis Way today, what you see is new housing occurring. You see new commercial establishments being built, promises for new redevelopment. This is kind of infrastructure needs that also brings jobs to our community, both in the construction of the roadway and jobs that are going to come by new additional housing that's going to be built and new commercial establishments are going to be created. Infrastructure, jobs, growth for our city, a better Lexington, a better Kentucky. Okay. We need to continue to do this. I applaud Mayor Gray and his foresight and others. And let us continue with this effort so that we can build a better Lexington for all of us and bring more jobs and more promise and more enhancements to our city. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Mayor Gray said this was my district. I'm happy today to take it on as part of my district. I'm a little north of here and east, but I was on city council not as long as Representative Councilmember Maloney. 53 years ago, being a part of this project, making it happen. But I was on council in 96, till 96 when we looked at making this happen. And all the partners, we'd like to thank them for the road, the asphalt and the concrete, and for the housing and the insight to helping this community move forward. But I also want to thank Tom, another part of our community, the university community and the community that is to the east of here, that this will expedite our getting to, Mayor, the interstate, that we didn't build necessarily the interstate and the interstate connectivity through the city, but this will certainly help to expedite the movement of traffic from the University of Kentucky to the interstate when they come to Frankfort to lobby. And for me to get there, it takes off about 10 minutes for me to get there. But thank you everybody for your involvement and your help in making this happen. I think this is going to be a much used and heavily trafficked section of our city and the interstate. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And George did a great job of introducing our next speaker already, and that is Tom Harris, who's Vice President of the University of Kentucky for University Relations. And Tom is going to tell us a little bit more about how this connection to the interstates for visitors, for the campus, will really enhance the university and help the university. Tom?
Thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon to everyone. You know, I think Oliver Lewis would be pretty happy today. You know, he's been standing at the 3/4 pole up there for a long time. And today we help him get to the finish line, and there's a lot of people to thank for doing that, but I think he would be happy as well. You know, this is a transformational piece for this community, this neighborhood. Just as right across the street, you can see the first building at the University of Kentucky, the Arts building. We've been doing a little transformation on campus as well. And while we've built a lot of new buildings, the focus is on student success and building an environment for those students to succeed and to heal patients. That's been the transformation. It's not about the new buildings, but it's about creating that environment where they succeed. Likewise, this project is transformational because it changes this neighborhood, it changes this community and the mobility of this entire area. When we think about the ability to get north and south, this changes everything. Not only this is a front door for the city, it's a front door certainly to the University of Kentucky campus that we're extremely excited about, but also to all of the other community hospitals and all the destinations to the south. So it's a vitally important cog, and it's going to change the whole vibrancy of this neighborhood. So as we think about what it can do for this neighborhood, I think all the people that have been persistent in getting this project done over the many years and many transportation secretaries that have rided herd on this, we're very grateful for you doing that. And I'm sure as people zip along here in the mornings, in their morning commute in a much faster pace and get to those destinations they want to, they're going to be very thankful to all of you as well. And I think Oliver Lewis would be very proud. Thank you all.
Thanks so much, Tom. And you use language that's perfectly appropriate today: persistence and determination. Finally, the project is unique because it is transforming this neighborhood. The Community Land Trust has kept the focus on affordable housing, important here and throughout our city. Barbara Navin, Executive Director of the Community Land Trust, can tell us more about the project and the neighborhood. Barbara?
Lexington Community Land Trust is so excited to see the opening of this long-awaited stretch of Oliver Lewis Way. We're excited because the new roadway opens to the public view and access Davis Park, the new name and new identity for the historic Davis Bottom neighborhood. You know, since the 1860s, Davis Bottom was a valley hidden from Greater Lexington. The opening of this section of road reveals its ongoing transformation. Davis Bottom, though, was strong from the beginning. Strong in its diversity, strong in the ability of neighbors to work and play together and support each other through adversity, and strong in its people's ability to celebrate each other. Those strengths continued despite difficulties, in spite of poverty and a deteriorated housing stock. We now see the beginning of the renewed neighborhood the road has brought with it. When completed, Davis Park will include over 100 permanently affordable housing, community businesses, and a new neighborhood park. So at a time when we as a people are re-examining old assumptions about each other, it's fitting that a diverse community, a community that actually got it right all along, should be brought into greater visibility by the opening of Oliver Lewis Way. So I want to thank all the project partners, Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, the Federal Highway Administration, University of Kentucky for making it happen. And for your example, thank you to the people of Davis Park.
Barbara, thank you so much. As I look at this crowd, I see, and Barbara, you said it well, that a lot of folks have been involved in this. I see our former council member, 2nd District, Tom Blues. Tom, hold your hand up. Thank you, sir. And former Secretary of Transportation, Jimmy Codell, is here, and he was involved in this project. So the list goes on and on and on, and that's a good thing. All right. Now, let's cut this ribbon and get this road open. All right. Everybody come right up here. We're going to pull the ribbon across from here? Okay. Thanks, Chris. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Woohoo! All right. There it comes.